You don't need a big setup, big cameras and everything. I'll do it 100,000 followers on just my iPhone right now.
If I want to go from 0 to 10k followers in 3 months on Instagram, what do I do?
First of all, you have a skill before even ideation, before even starting your personal brand. What is a contrary view that you have that no one has? Now you have to see performing ideas in your niche as well. Analyze from your lens. You will see pattern over there that yeah, this guy started with a pain point. And lastly, if you by the time you'll finish the second month, you'll already be in 10,000 followers.
What is the ideal script framework for content creators?
There are n number of frameworks to start with. Mention the pain point in the first 3 seconds. Visually, verbally, and
Between topic, hook, format, CTA and edit style, which should be the highest priority?
I should say,
I really want to dial down upon how to build a personal brand in a way that you position yourself more premium in a way.
Okay.
So the first question that I really want to talk about is why build a personal brand in the first place? What is the need of it?
it really comes down to a lot of things. Okay. So if you are a founder or you are having a big business, let's say. Okay. So first of all, you can have a good business or you just want to build a personal brand and you don't have any business. For general.
तो मतलब दो चीजें हैं इसमें कि
Yes.
या तो पर्सनल ब्रांड आपकी ऑलरेडी आपको पता है कि क्या करना है पर्सनल ब्रांड से या फिर नहीं पता है.
नहीं पता. Exactly. So if you come under creator kind of person.
How
if
do you define creator kind of person?
Creator is someone who just want to create content in general, who's just looking forward to just document your life or something like that. Okay, if you are thinking from that perspective to create content, and if you want to position yourself as premium, so first of all, you have to learn this thing which is called observer effect. Okay, so you want to learn the psychology of how people will perceive me and I will look premium in their eyes. Okay, so if you see this podcast, okay, so the setup and everything else, okay, the way you are basically presenting it and the way people are observing it, obviously it's premium. Okay, so you are gonna be associated with a premium podcaster and a lot of those people who are having premium podcast. Okay, so you have to first analyze what is the thing, what is my unfair advantage, you can say. Most of the people have a lot of money and they just want to show cars and a lot of those things. That is okay, that is fine. Okay, but that shouldn't be the main pillar of your personal brand. Okay, so first of all, define what is your unfair advantage. Okay, use it to create premium visuals. Okay, that is how, like, use a premium camera, use premium locations, don't shoot wherever and like everywhere you want. Some of the people do it that way just to look raw and authentic sometimes, but it shouldn't be the main thing that you do. Okay, so if you want to position yourself as a premium guy in the space, talk about premium things. Present yourself visually as a premium guy, and that's all you need if you want to position yourself as premium.
Okay, you mentioned observer effect and you mentioned a lot about premium word a lot. Okay, I would want to understand एक observer effect बनाने के लिए one thing could be अच्छा कैमरा हो, अच्छी लाइटिंग हो, आपकी प्रेजेंटेबिलिटी अच्छी हो. ये 2-3 एग्जांपल्स हैं. Then you talk about कि बातें क्या करनी है जिससे आपकी पोजीशनिंग प्रीमियम बने.
That's important as well, yeah.
तो वो क्या क्या बातें हैं? What do I really talk about so people perceive me as कि यार he is a premium, his personal brand is really premium.
Okay, so if you know there's like 5th grade level of talking style, okay, writing style. So if I'm not telling you to talk very like you can say very complicated words in front of our audience in just first 3 to 4 seconds. Jargons, you can use it in first 3 or 4 seconds, okay? But don't make the whole person brand for the dumb people, okay? Make it for someone who would understand it, okay? So if you talk about words like CTR and stuff like that, okay? Like click-through rate and a lot of like you would say
Watch time
and stuff like that. Then people will perceive you, yes, he knows that thing because of which he's talking like this. Okay, and some of the people who are dumb, they don't know anything about it.
They'll just hop off.
And you don't want them. Okay, because you wanted to position yourself as premium.
If I want to go from 0 to 10k followers in 3 months,
Okay.
I have no personal brand right now. I
Okay.
have zero followings right now. So how do I go about when it comes to going from 0 followers to 10K followers in 3 months on Instagram? What do I do?
First of all, if you have a skill, okay. First of all, if you don't have a skill, then there are a lot of routes you can go. But I'm talking to those who have a skill learned. Okay, let's say podcasting. They know how to, not just podcasting. They know how to, like, let's say, shoot with a camera.
ठीक है, प्रोफेशनल्स की बात करते हैं अपन, डॉक्टर्स, लॉयर्स, these people.
They have a skill, right? And if they want to, like, let's say, go from 0 to 10,000 followers really quick, then first of all, start to talk about the problems, very generic problems that your IVP and ICP would have. Now, I'll come back to the IVP and ICP, which is ideal client profile and ideal viewer profile. Okay, it's a whole different thing. But you need to first see what are the biggest problems that people in my clientele or people in my space face, and then start creating content about that.
And how do I find those big problems? Like,
You would
do
know.
you know that?
You would
yeah?
know because you are a business owner, right? And you would know because customers come to you daily. Okay, doctors and professionals, they have customers coming back and forth. Let's say if you see a video, you are having back pain. Okay, and if you see a video of a chiropractor, he is telling you that if you have severe back pain, just in the hook, you'll be just hooked by that because
So
you
addressing
have
the
it,
pain
right?
point.
Exactly. So the pain is the most uncomfortable thing, okay, that you can start with to just hook that kind of viewer. Okay, make 10 to 20 videos about that, but not just think from a perspective of this would be painful. Okay, that can be painful, but you have to look for performing ideas in your niche as well. Talking about the chiropractor, let's say, okay? So if you're a chiropractor want to go from 0 to 10K, you will first analyze what are my competitors are doing, okay? And you'll also have to see what hooks are working already, okay? And then mix the value, the pain, the problems you want to convey with the hooks that is already working.
So this is number one. So ideation पे आ जाते हैं अगर हम फिर ICP और IVP पे आएंगे. You said कि hooks identify करो जो चल रहे हैं audience already. वो कैसे करें? How do I understand कि अच्छा this is working? Where do I go? What is the way of identifying what hooks are working, what topics are working?
That's
right
a good question. Yeah. So what I will do is, first of all, you can use a AI tool called Sandcastle. Okay, Sandcastle is something you can put all of your competitors in. Okay, no matter they are on Instagram or YouTube or TikTok and anything. Okay, you just paste all of their links, and Sandcastle will create a directory of that. Okay, and you can see that what are the videos that have higher outlier score. Outlier score is something like if someone has 100,000 followers. Okay. And there's a video in their profile which is having 5 million views, okay, then it would show that 10x, 6x, 7x outlier, okay. Now you have to see the highest 6x, 7x, the best is above 3x, okay. You have to see those kind of videos, just store them into somewhere like Google Doc, Notion system if you want to go fancy, but you can just store these ideas, see what worked for them, okay, analyze from your lens, okay. And then you will see pattern over there that, this guy started with a pain point, okay? Let's say, again, chiropractor says that if you are having severe back pain, and he's also showing it visually, how it looks to have back pain, then that is a working hook. Not just verbal hook, visual hook, text hook, whatever is in the text screen. So just take all of the list of those competitors, see the working ideas, see the performing ideas, and then try to put your own spin on that. Okay, but there's one more thing I want to address before you even start to do this. Everyone is providing value. Anyone can give that advice, right? But how you are different from that chiropractor who has 5 million views on that video already. So here comes the contrary view, okay? So contrary view is something your whole industry believes in something and you simply don't agree with that. You have a contrary view on that.
So do you suggest people should start when they're starting to make their personal brand and they don't have any followers? Can they start with contrary views first
Yes.
rather than just
but
addressing the problem.
if they don't have any skill, they are not in the first position that they should talk about that thing. Okay, so first of all, let's say my team member who is just joining, just an intern, okay, he is starting with a sales job, let's say. He already have sales skills, right? So if he says that, yeah, you shouldn't call your prospects hey, thank you for joining this call, then this makes sense for them. But I see a lot of people who don't have knowledge, who don't have skills first, and they try to come up with some value. And that simply doesn't make sense.
Mm-hmm. One of the things that you mentioned, and I would really like to add on to it, is कि एक तरीका that really works now is कि Instagram has launched this new feature wherein if you go onto the reel section and you
trial reels.
No, if you go onto the reel section of any creator,
okay,
there's this section, there's this option of view most video.
Yeah.
वो भी एक अच्छा तरीका है कि you just collect 10 creators that are in your niche. Let's suppose you're, as you give the example of sales, कि 10 क्रिएटर्स को जमा करो जो सेल्स का ऑलरेडी कंटेंट बना रहे हैं एंड सॉर्ट बाय मोस्ट व्यूड वीडियो. पहले शॉर्ट फीड के थ्रू होता था, अब इंस्टाग्राम ने इन हाउस
एक्सटेंशन,
वो एक्सटेंशन था शॉर्ट फीड, अब लोगों ने इंस्टाग्राम ने खुद ही अंदर लॉन्च कर दिया है. एंड देन कलेक्ट ऑल द टॉप व्यूड वीडियोज, मे बी पुट इन एक्सेल, पुट इट इन.
दैट इज ऑल्सो स्मार्ट वे.
So that is one, and one I learned from Eva, जो कि personal brand expert, personal brand launch वाली, उसने बोला था कि just go on to your search, just write the topic and go on to the reel section, और उसमें बहुत सारी ऐसी videos आ जाएंगी on that particular topic and keyword.
Research can be done in a bunch of ways.
So talk to me about that.
Yeah.
कैसे research कर सकते हैं?
First of all, there is one way which is competitor hit list. I just told you about that. Okay. Second way is just go on the search button. Okay. And then see, Instagram is not that good as TikTok. Okay. I have seen if you just talk about a topic, like just type a topic on TikTok, it will exactly put that video.
So
okay.
Particular keyword.
Yes. Not particular keyword. Achha. Like you just type a topic. Okay.
Achha,
how to do this.
Sentence.
Exactly. You can type sentence and TikTok will show. Instagram is something, it works on keywords. Okay. So if you know keywords, like let's say objection handling. Okay. You search objection handling, you will see top performing videos. Now you can also go on to profiles of these people, added them into your competitor hit list.
And then also sort by the most viewed.
Then also sort by most viewed. That's also a process.
So the दूसरा हो गया.
Yes.
इसके अलावा?
Third thing is when it's not recommended to someone who is just starting out. Okay? Because you want to first recreate something that is already working.
Correct. Huh.
Right? But if you have gotten some proof already, if you
have created maybe 25 pieces of content.
No, like not 25. Like if let's say you created 25 pieces of content, something blows up. Okay? And you do it for a continuous period of time. You reached 10,000 followers or 20,000 followers. You have now followers on your profile. You will see patterns of people talking about really, really nice stuff in the comments. So you can take those things and then put content over there about that.
What do you mean? So basically what you mean is कि comments में जाओ और
like if you have a setter in your DM, okay, they talk to your leads. Okay, your biggest ideation source is your setter. It can be your setter who is setting appointments for that. So setter is someone who sets appointment. Nikita does that for me. Okay. So someone follows you, the setter starts to talk, starts having a conversation with them. We'll get into later on. But setter is someone who just starts conversation with your client, ideal client, or someone who would want more value or want your services. Okay. They can tell you exactly that what these are the leads that told me this week, and then create videos about that. It will exactly pinpoint that ideal client.
Got it. So basically, this only works when you know कि तुमको किस टाइप की ऑडियंस अट्रैक्ट कर रही है, जिनसे लीड्स लानी है तुमको, तो उनके पेन पॉइंट्स तुम पहले ही वीडियोस में एड्रेस कर लो.
Exactly. So अगर तुमको पता है कि this is my outcome, this is my IVP and ICP, whatever it is, then you can see patterns. That
ये questions आते हैं, frequently asked questions हैं. हाँ.
Exactly. Then you start to create content about that, and it might not perform, which is okay, because you are.
It's not made for a big audience. It's not made for masses.
Yes, kind of bottom of the funnel content, you could say, or middle of the funnel content.
Do you suggest, sorry, I'm cutting you. Do you suggest, should I do it on my company page? Is that a better way to approach it? If I'm running a company, let's suppose if I were to be in this position, I have a company page, I have my personal page. On my personal page, I try to attract freelancers or agency owners who watch my stuff. Lekin when the leads that I talk to, unke alag-alag questions are frequently. So shall I shift all this content on my company page, maybe making a Miro board or maybe doing something जिसमें कि ये content उठाया, ये questions उठाए और वहाँ पे address किया ताकि वो
I believe the company page, okay, is only for, like, if you ask me now, like, should you make a company page and then get leads from that, then you should only talk about proof there. It's your main bottom of the funnel, okay? Don't try to attract audience on that. Try to, like, divert all the audience that you already have from your personal brand and then show the proof on their profile that, this is where I have all of my case studies, okay? Answers of all the questions that you got, BTS and everything like that. And personal brand is your main IP.
Correct.
Okay.
So this is the third way of generating ideas. Can we also do this with, so even if I have 0 followers, the way I would do it is कि जो हमने hit list बनाई, उनके questions, उनके comments में जाके देख लिया कि लोग क्या questions.
That's not ideal, because I would say that because you don't know if that would work.
So this is the third way of generating ideas. Is there any other way people can generate ideas for their content?
Now you spoke about that, like going into comments. Okay, I'm telling you to not just go into comments. Okay, see what setters are providing you. Okay, that I'm getting these questions time to time, again and again. Let's say if someone is asking, can you make a video about this? Then you should make a video because your ideal client is asking you to make that video, right? So you should make that video, and that's the main thing that will help you to get more of these eyeballs that you want.
The exact kind of eyeballs.
Exact kind of eyeballs. Because someone would have problem with that and you can solve that.
So this is the third way of idea generation.
It's kind of fourth.
Iske alawa?
No, that's it. These are the only ways. Okay. And sometimes ideas come to your mind, they flow. Okay. So let's say if you have an idea, just hit your mind. Okay. And you already have a working pieces of hook in your library. Okay. You can templatize the same thing. You can use the framework of that hook combined with this idea that you just got right now and create. Every video is not to just get views. Okay. It should not be if you are measuring the success of your content from just the number of views you got and the number of followers you got, then I think it's useless. It's dumb.
Absolutely. So right now we have understood everything related to if I have to go from 0 to 10K followers in 3 months, this is how you generate ideas. Okay.
Exactly.
Then what's the next step?
The next step is now before generating ideas and
ICP IVP पे बात कर लेते हैं.
Exactly.
क्योंकि वो सबसे important है.
Yeah.
What does ICP and IVP stands for and what does that mean?
I'll talk about myself. Okay. So ideal viewer. Okay. Ideal viewer is someone my ideal viewer is someone who is generally willing to start content. Okay. Or like they are binge watching content which can help them to start content in general. Okay. And ICP is someone who is my direct client that I'll be talking to in the content. Okay. Now, an ICP, okay, is a business owner. Okay, is someone who is making a lot of money, okay, who is maybe about to start content or they have started content, but they have a whole business. That's my ICP, okay? But I don't target that exact ICP in the content and I don't talk to them exactly in the hooks, okay? I talk to a very broad kind of group, okay, which will help me to basically get a larger TAM. Okay, so your ICP should be inside your IVP list, inside your IVP group. Okay, so let's say someone who is my client, let's say you are my client, you would also want to see a video about what's the best mic to use, right? You would also want to see that. And that's how you balance these both of the things, both of the groups. And the intersection is where you explore virality and you get your identical like clients that you want. Okay, and any personal brand who would crack this, they will be
How do I crack this
Going
then? How do I crack? So I have a bunch of IVP. और
So who
उसके
is your
अंदर-
ICP?
You're talking to me personally?
Yeah.
So my ICP could be the podcasters that I'm working with. So in my case, they are both separate. वो मेरे personal brand का part नहीं है. ठीक है? So because we do cold, we've been running ads internationally. So I do not have to address them. So the kind of content that I make is mostly for my IVP. That I would later convert into ICP कि उसमें से कुछ लोग ऐसे होंगे जिनको एजेंसी स्टार्ट करनी है या फिर
No, see, that doesn't work like that simply.
ठीक है.
Okay. Let's say I'll give you a different situation. Okay. You first start with the outcome. Okay.
ठीक है. So I have a sort of outcome in my mind. Let's suppose I'll give you an example कि मेरे को इसके बाद ऑफलाइन कम्युनिटी बिल्ड करनी है या फिर मेरे को लाइव पॉडकास्टिंग शुरू करनी है. These are few of my plans.
Okay.
ठीक है. अब ये जो ऑडियंस जो कि ये पॉडकास्ट देखेगी तो कल को ये हुआ कि आई वुड हैव अ सिटिंग ऑफ 50 पीपल हियर एंड
Kind of mastermind.
हाँ काइंड ऑफ मास्टरमाइंड एंड देन पीपल वुड बी एंड देन देयर वुड बी Q&A. सो दैट्स माय गोल इन 2026 एज वेल. सो दैट इज वन ऑफ द ICP कि अब उतनी ऑडियंस में से 50-60 लोग हर शो में ऐसे आए. ठीक है.
So you have to be very specific with that. Like ICP is someone who is having
just phrasing it in a
their
sentence.
coaches. Yeah, you have to be really granular with that. Like
So my ICP is somebody who's really curious about learning how to grow their business
okay.
through content. Number one, and these are mostly online sort of people who want to grow their businesses online rather than just offline because
So they
offline
are,
only
let's say doctors. Okay. Doctors who are looking to scale through social media. They want to get leads. This is your ICP. You know that, right? Now, what are the things that you do for them that would also attract a different type of IVP? Okay. So think about it. If you want to just zoom out, okay, what are the people who have exact same problems as the doctors have? Someone like me would watch your content. Okay. I'm not your ICP. I'm not a doctor, but still I would watch that piece of content.
So it's basically look-alike audience type का कुछ वो है.
Not look alike. You just see, you have
इस टाइप के ऑडियंस को इस टाइप के कंटेंट में इंटरेस्ट होगा थोड़ा बहुत भी.
Yes.
तो वो आपकी
So you have to find out, you have, let's say, a small circle of your ideal client. Okay. You have bunch of ideas for them to create. Okay. They have certain problems. Okay. But if you just zoom out a bit, you will see a lot of people who are not doctors, they would also have that same problem. Okay. Not getting leads. My problem, others' problem as well. Not just doctors' problem. Okay. You make them raise their hands in the DMs. You make them raise their hands in the content or in the stories. And then they come out that, yeah, I am this person. I am your ICP. I have this problem. Now I want to explore benefits from that. You understand? Like, it all starts with the outcome. It can never start with, okay, content first.
Got it. Absolutely. So IVP, ICP समझ गया कि IVP would be a bigger TAM, थोड़ा बड़ा audience. उसके अंदर कुछ आपकी ICP होंगी जो कि बार बार ट्रिगर होंगे and then eventually they will become your customers.
Yeah, exactly. Not everyone, obviously.
Yeah,
like,
not everyone. Your
less than
IVP would
1%.
not. Yeah, less than 1%.
Your IVP is someone who is your dream follower. Okay, dream client, dream follower. Dream follower is someone who would just want to explore how to grow on social media. Maybe they'll do a business later, but they just want to know.
Absolutely. So IVP, ICP is clear. Ideation part is clear for me now. What do I do now?
Now, I spoke about the contrary view, right? Yeah. You should always start with something that
So contrary view is a content format that you're talking about?
No. So before even ideation, before even starting your personal brand, you have your outcome and everything is ready. What is a contrary view that you have that no one has?
Can it be unpopular opinion as well?
Yes. Okay. Something that a lot of people speak that, it can be a general thing
so
as well.
So either you do not resonate with what people are saying.
You don't resonate with that, yeah.
या फिर you have some different opinion on that.
Yes.
Okay, ठीक है.
It can be anything which is someone who is not willing to talk about. Okay, you can talk about. So if I help people build a personal brand. I'm coming someday and I'm saying you don't need a personal brand. I will stand out. The only reason you are doing this is to make you stand out. Okay? Because if you are saying the same thing that someone else is saying,
then you're no different.
You're not different. Exactly. But I'm not saying that you don't need a personal brand. Maybe you don't need it. You just have to be intentional with it.
Or you are just using it as a hook, and then in the examples you'll specify what you really mean by.
I will give another example. I just saw someone, you know Dan Martin?
Yeah.
He has a creative director, Sam.
Yeah. I was watching his podcast the other day.
Yeah. He just started posting. Okay. He got 14,000 followers just using an iPhone. And his contrary view is something. I will show you how you don't need a big setup, big cameras and everything. I'll do it 100,000 followers on just my iPhone. That's his contrary view. Yes, that's his positioning, you can say. So he's positioned in such a way that you don't actually need these gears. Okay, I'll prove it to you right now
so
by doing this.
So you're talking about positioning here. So it's not about ideation as well. It's about positioning. कि तुम
because that is important, na? Like in the first place.
मेरा मतलब ये है कि डैन मार्टल का जो बंदा है, जो क्रिएटिव डायरेक्टर है सैम,
he just started making
content. उसने बैठ के सोचा होगा कि what could I do different? How can I position myself different? तो उसने सोचा कि everybody makes videos, especially the niche that he is in, everybody makes videos through these cameras. Okay, how to position myself different is कि I will reach from 0 to 100k followers just by using an iPhone. That is the first positioning. अभी 100k followers तक वो positioning, उसके बाद change हो जाएगी कि मैं डैन मार्टल का, वो सब अलग चीज़ है. लेकिन 0 to 100k तक की वो positioning है. तो एक तो वो intentional है, और अगर वो intentional है तो लोग क्या क्या मतलब क्राइटेरियाज पे या फिर क्या क्या तरीके से अपनी पोजीशनिंग पहले सोच सकते हैं कि मैं ऐसी पोजीशनिंग कर सकता हूँ. हाउ डू आई आइडेंटिफाई माय पोजीशनिंग?
Good question. So you will first make a list of all the competitors of you have. You will first make a list of what views they have in the industry in general. Okay, so you will see people talking about he would have done this right before even starting the personal brand. Okay, so he made a list of this person is talking this person is saying this, and you will see pattern. Everybody is talking the same shit.
सब लोग मिल रहे हैं कहीं पे जाके. हाँ.
Exactly. सब लोग एक ही चीज के बारे में बात कर रहे हैं, right? You need better gears, you need this, you need that, and then on the right side of a paper, you can just do this exercise. Just put a paper, and then in the left side, write everything that your industry believes in, and very, very famous people believes in, and on the right side, try to write those things in a contrary view. Okay? You have different opinion on that.
What if I don't have contrary opinions?
You should have, because there could be
no
some
other way.
There's no other, because you won't be able to stand out in a big crowded market.
Why do I need to stand out?
To get like attention of the people. Because see,
so if you want to grow quick attention, you need to stand out.
Exactly. You cannot build a brand just by going in and putting value out there. Everybody thinks that I'm gonna provide so much value that it is undeniable to not follow me.
ठीक है, मैं आऊँगा पैटर्न उस वाले क्वेश्चन पे जो मैंने बात की थी, लेकिन इससे पहले मेरा एक one of my reel that got viral which I did with Shivansh Garg was when I said 0 to 10k followers कैसे reach करें, 0 to 100k followers, he said copy paste करो. ठीक है, his intent was different but he said copy paste करो. And now you have a quite contrary opinion to it is कि copy paste मत करो, have a contrary opinion to it. So when he said copy paste करो, उसका मतलब ही hook ही था कि hooks copy paste करो, format copy paste करो, but opinions अपने रखो. So what you're also saying is कि copy paste hooks वगैरह ही करो, लेकिन अपना contrary opinion रखो. So the main subject could be different, or the subject could be same, hook could be different, and then the whole thing that you're talking about has to be contrary than what other people are talking in your industry.
Yes.
Is that correct?
Yes, totally correct.
Okay.
Yes.
So one of the ways is कि जाओ और 10 लोगों का hit list वालों का नाम लिखो और उसमें contrary opinion कैसे करें.
Yes, like make a list. Left side, just I learned this from Caleb, right? He'll make a list of things that people believe, okay, in the industry, and then aside that you can write all of the contrary views that you have. Okay, there should be something. Okay, you will just find out when you just do this exercise.
But then इसमें तो opinionated चीज़ आ गई. With what Sam does is कि उसने बोला मैं iPhone से करूँगा, तो उसमें ideation.
Yes, it's also different ना. You are different from everybody.
So it's not just
else.
about opinion.
Yes, it's not only about opinion. There could be n number of things that you can differentiate yourself. Example. I spoke about this before this podcast. Like everybody says, like buy this course to learn content. I say courses should be free. Okay, you shouldn't be paying for any course to learn how to do content. That's the contrary opinion that Caleb also has.
Again, that's an opinion. I'm not talking about opinion. Opinion मेरे को समझ आ गया clear. ठीक है? Audience is
Like
also.
that is also an opinion. If you see, like I want to make. Everybody says you should have gears. I say that you don't need gears. Let me just prove it.
So one of the videos that you were uploading, उसमें you were wearing this cap. वो खरगोश वाला is that intentionally done?
There could be elements that separates you from everybody
element
else.
could be one.
Elements, yeah.
Gears could be the second.
Yeah.
How
it comes all down to the positioning. Yeah. It all like these all things combined creates your positioning.
So editing could be also a part of positioning.
Yes. Like there's one more thing that was popping off 2024 starting. People were started saying that don't over edit your videos. That was a contrary opinion. Some people were able to stand out from the crowd. That's what I'm talking about.
Got it.
So if you are thinking from a perspective of just going in and thinking, why should someone watch me if they already have a number of people who are giving like views and opinions? You should have different one.
समझ गया. Got it. Absolutely. So far we have understood how to position yourself differently. Then we have understood what is ICP and IVP. Then we have understood how to ideate content related to everything that you're doing. What is the next step?
Okay, so now you have positioning made. Okay, you have ideas ready. Once you create your first batch of content, now there can be like, it's very subjective to person. They want scripted content or they want unscripted content. Okay, some of the people are really good in conversations.
Let's talk about scripts then.
Yeah.
Okay.
If we talk about scripts, if you want to go that route, there are pros and cons with that as well. Okay. If you know how to read a script and then not look like you're reading a script, that's when you actually explode.
So that comes with experience, right?
Yes,
because I've seen a lot of B-rolls wherein you are scripting for your clients, okay? And it's very hard when you have clients for them to read the exact script that you have curated or created for them. Then how do you go about scripting for them?
For this, when we curate scripts, for some of the clients, we don't actually do the entire scripts. We actually do the hooks.
Just hooks.
And then let them do their work. It's the best method that...
ठीक है, तो what is the ideal script framework for content creators?
So, first of all, if you're thinking from a perspective of, let's say, giving value to someone, okay, there are n number of frameworks to start with, okay? You can start with pain points, okay? Just mention the pain point in the first 3 seconds, okay? Visually, verbally, and with a text as well. These 3 things, okay? If you want to let's say, if you want to talk about how to get rid of your back pain that you already have, you should be able to show this visually. I was watching this video from Jeff Nippard, okay? He was creating that video like just last night on how many cans of Diet Coke can kill you, okay? How many cans of Diet Coke you can drink every day. Now, you could do that with just editing and placing a bunch of cans, okay? What he did was like, he puts it puts him in a different sort of category, okay? He placed 100 cans in front of him, okay?
I saw that video as well.
It's visually appealing, okay? It's something that...
ऐसे खड़े होके आते हैं और
exactly, that one, okay? And he's showing that visually because he knows that someone would be able to visually connect with that even though they are watching with sound off, okay? So visual hook, verbal hook, and the text hook that you have, okay? Visual hook can be something as you just sitting in front of a camera, you just revolving your chair and then just talking. It can be anything. You write that hook with the visual and verbal sentence, Okay, then you go about the whole value, okay, which will create the payoff
So
for the person.
shall I put those values in bullet points?
You can, if you don't want to make it look scripted. Okay, I prefer bullet points when you're doing a YouTube video. Okay, I don't actually do YouTube scripts. You shouldn't be doing that. Okay, YouTube is, if the rawest form of yourself should be on YouTube. Okay, and people like to watch undocumented content, not documented. Okay, if you're taking your time from your day and sitting to deliver some value, okay, just by setting up, no one likes that. Okay, but if you have to do the balance of it, okay, it shouldn't be always like raw, unscripted. But some of the times, see, I'm getting recorded right now. Okay, we have managed to get this set up, right? It's called documented content. Okay, but when I'm doing my stuff, doing my work, let's say I'm sitting with a client, giving bunch of revisions on his content, how to do hooks, how to do ideation, that's undocumented. People want more of that right now, these days. Coming back to the hooks is that, okay, visual, verbal, and text hook. Okay, next you go into the bullet points or the overall value that you have. Okay, and lastly, if you want to make them direct to anything else, you want to give them a resource, then you add a CTA, or in other ways that can be a value follow CTA as well.
So do you suggest it's better to script your videos when you have hooks and CTAs in place, ताकि बीच का structure CTA की तरफ ले जाना ज़्यादा आसान होता है, या फिर you don't have CTAs, बाद में figure out करें CTA? What do you suggest? The way I structure things is कि मेरे को exactly पता है कि इसके बाद मेरा hook मेरे को identify करना है.
You know the idea is going to be about this.
Yeah, my idea is going to be about this. मेरे को इससे freebie देना है, तो वो freebie क्या होगा? तो लास्ट में मैं content को उस तरीके से घुमाऊं ताकि मैं उस CTA तक पहुंच पाऊं.
Yes, because you want certain outcome from that. You want
maybe freebies, maybe follows, maybe whatever that is.
Yeah. So you first decide the outcome that you want from this video.
I want to really talk about formats. ठीक है कि there are multiple formats that people are making videos on. Okay, you also identify formats. What is the पहले तो just talk to me about what formats is for the audience so they are very clear about it.
Okay.
And then how do you identify formats that specifically work for not you but the person who is watching, या फिर you only, कि एक example के साथ कर लेंगे तो ज़्यादा आसान होगा लोगों के लिए.
Okay.
Format है क्या, उसका मतलब क्या है, और कैसे अपने लिए formats, ये मेरे लिए ideal format है या फिर नहीं है, उसको कैसे.
Now this also goes in the positioning thing. Okay, when you're starting out, formats, I'll tell you what format is. Format is basically how you present and deliver the video, deliver the message that you want to convey. Okay, and there are a bunch of formats which is going viral right now. It changes time to time. Okay, so whiteboard is a format that I do in my videos. Okay, there could be format like podcast videos. Okay, you're just mocking out. Okay, you are talking to a bunch of people and you are getting documented over there. That can be a format. Okay, so format is simply the style you deliver the value in, you deliver the message in. That's it. In order to find the winning format, you should see what's working in other niches. Okay, I see a lot of people creating vlogs like Daniel Dell. Okay, the only thing
that is the right strategy.
No.
Why?
I think Daniel has a bucket, if you see it that way. Okay, it's a content bucket.
एक तो डैनियल का नाम है डैनी डैनियल्स आ जाता है बार मुंह पे साला उस साले का नाम मैं कभी नहीं सही लिख पाता था. Anyways,
so yeah,
ये रह जाएगा तेरा.
So yeah, talking about that, if you would create copy and a format which is already getting watched by millions and millions of people in your same industry, then you are going to promote that person, not yours brand. Okay, you're simply going to promote that person because you are falling inside the same bucket. Oh, he looks like Daniel Lennon. Oh, he looks like Nick Setter.
Yeah, because I see a lot of creators wearing that blue glasses right now, especially in India. Blue glasses, orange glasses a lot. So that has also been, that is that banda style, the POV guy style, right?
Yeah. If you see any POV thumbnail, you know that's Daniel Dell. So in order to find a great format, you should see outside your niche, not inside your niche. Okay? See outside what people are actually making. Okay? Then from there, you can come with ideas that, yeah, I can play a spin on it. Some people do record their videos.
एक किस पे क्वेश्चन कि यू सेड कि वो पीओवी गाय है तो उसका तुम छाप रहे हो तो पता है कि वो उसका ही
The
स्टाइल है,
attention is getting delivered to them. Yeah.
ठीक है. लेकिन अब इसमें मेरा सबसे बड़ा क्वेश्चन है कि हाउ डू आई नो नाउ, वेयर डू आई ड्रॉ लाइन कि इसके आगे कॉपी हो जा रही है और इसके पीछे इंस्पिरेशन है. कि अगर मैं मीरो बोर्ड कर रहा हूँ तो किसी की कॉपी नहीं है ना, लेकिन अगर मैं पीओवी स्टाइल कर रहा हूँ तो वो उसकी कॉपी है.
See, if a doctor comes and does a Miro board, what do you think will happen? He will explode because it's new for his audience, right? That's what we are doing with our personal brands. If you are doing Miro boards right now, placing the camera here and then showing all the Miro boards, then you are delivering the attention for someone else.
So it's next setting basically.
Next setting, yeah. So you should think of something else which is not even close to people's mind that, yeah, I have seen this.
So do you suggest people go on to different industries and
Yes.
take inspiration?
Yes. That's how Alex made 1,000 ads for his launch event. He didn't just look for his niche, what's working. He went outside the niche.
He ran with the books like
Yeah,
Mr. Beast.
yeah, that was really insane. For just the audience who can play the clip, that was hilarious, bro. And the Coldplay concert one, that was really good.
So he went into different niches and so what was even trending apart from the education niche. So Coldplay Coldplay ka affair was very famous that time. It was very trending. And then Mr. Beast just delivered the kind of running video with his all. So usse he took inspiration and put it into info. So people can do that as well.
Exactly. You have to do the same shit. Okay. Someone wouldn't even thought about that you can run with books. And then, yeah, the Green Man was pretty amazing. Yeah. That was, you can say, the positioning of the entire event.
Did you think वो Green Man का inspiration कहीं से आया होगा? Like, do you know about it?
I don't know actually, but there should be some place he was drawing information from, inspiration from, because there are ideas around you. You just don't see them. You just have to zoom out. Okay, he could have been watching some 90s film or something like that. It can be anything. You should have to ask him. Yeah. Alex, if you're watching this.
Well, one day. So, one of the things that you mentioned when we were very initially on the podcast was juxtaposing or intersecting virality and ideal audience. ठीक है कि ICP और IVP के से रिलेटेड ऐसा कंटेंट बनाओ कि आपकी वायरलिटी भी कवर हो जाए और आइडियल ऑडियंस तक भी वो पहुंचे. ठीक है. हाउ डू आई डू दैट when it comes to scripting, when it comes to just when it comes to scripting?
Question. So first of all, I'll look into the hook. I'll make the hook relate to the mass. Okay. So let's say if I'm a doctor, okay, and I want that video is my freebie resource. I just want to promote the freebies or resource, anything like that, Notion Doc or something like that. Okay. Then I won't start the hook for someone who is my ICP. I would start the hook for someone who is my IVP, ideal viewer. Okay. Then throughout the video, throughout the value, as I'm providing the value, I would go and directly talk to the person that I am looking to target.
So
to give that freebie to. Yeah.
So make the hook broader. और examples में तुम ICP को target करो.
Exactly.
Got it.
That's what.
So basically, the way I do this is if let's suppose we work with podcasters. So rather than having a hook related to the podcasters, I'll have hook related to content creators. So
now you got it. Yeah.
Or the example is about podcasting और उसमें.
Yeah. You can also add proofs in that. Like this is the same thing I use for this guy, got this result, comment this and get this. So.
Got it. Now just talk to me about the impact of storytelling on building a personal brand. How important is storytelling?
I think it's by far the most important thing, okay? Because anyone can provide value, okay? Anyone can sit in front of the camera, do a bunch of podcasts and stuff like that. But people connect with stories, okay? And you should always have something to tell about your life and maybe in general your client's life as well, okay? That's how storytelling falls into the place, okay? Because people relate to the stories, and when people know, like, and trust you, then they buy from you. Some of the clients I got, like most of the clients you might have got and I got, are not coming from the value. That's insane to hear. That's insane to hear about, okay? It's actually opposite. They like us. They resonate with the story, and then they come. Okay, no one ever told me on the call that, yeah, you provided that Miro board video, that whiteboard stuff. I got so much value that I got onto the call. No.
It's never one video that helps
It's never
you.
one video. That's a major point, because it's a whole journey. Okay, it doesn't always starts with you, a viewer sees the video, then gets your freebie, and then gets on a call. It's never like that. They go through a roller coaster ride, you can say.
Okay, got it. So how do I integrate storytelling into what I'm doing? Let's suppose I have some lessons that I want to talk about.
Yeah.
How do I integrate story? What is the ideal way of
So first of all,
storytelling?
you will have a transformational story. Okay, every story has transformations. Okay, if you are a fitness coach, you will have transformations. Okay, if you want to tell story of your clients, they would have transformation. A story is behind that. Okay, one of my client was at 100 followers. Okay, this is a real story. Okay, he came to me. He paid for a consultation fee, big consultation fee for 6 months. Okay, he got into the consultation. We took our first call. Okay, made everything clear. Okay, he got to know that, yeah, there are so many things that I need to do in order to pull this off. Okay, he just wanted clients as a fitness coach and wanted to build a huge brand. Okay, so he started creating videos, but he then said that I cannot do it alone. I need your help. Then we have given him the done for you thing, okay, which is the whole system that we run for them. It's the whole show. Okay, now he instantly got to 300k followers in just 30 days. That might not be possible if he was doing it by himself. That's the story that I told.
Got it.
Okay, that's a transformation from 100 followers to 300k followers. Behind this, there's a path that people want to know. Okay, that is your storytelling.
So and I struggle with this a lot कि मेरे को exactly समझ में नहीं आता कि how do I integrate storytelling in my short form content. Long form content में तो फिर भी बात
Storytelling about you in general.
So let's suppose if I want to share some lesson that I have learned.
Okay.
So do I just share the
in
lessons
general, what's
directly?
the lesson?
अच्छा ठीक है. So let's suppose one of the lessons that I've learned is कि I should have worked in other agency before starting mine.
Okay.
This is the lesson that I want to convey. ठीक है.
Okay.
एक बेसिक सा ये एग्जांपल लेते हैं कि मेरे को मेरी एजेंसी शुरू करने से पहले किसी पे करना चाहिए था तो मेरे 2 साल बच जाते.
That's the pain there. That's the pain people will relate.
So if you were to script this, how would you go about?
Coming in, like you said, you should have
Worked in some
started
other
work
agency
in some other
before starting my own agency.
to just get the work experience.
To get the work experience, to understand how operations work, to understand what pain points that agencies usually suffer from. So I could have avoided that in the first.
What you suffered with first, if not going that route.
Got it. So you are telling me कि जो चीज़ें से मैंने सफ़र किया, let's suppose कि मेरे 2 साल बर्बाद करना is my biggest pain point.
That's the A. If you don't want to waste more than 2 years inside an agency, building an agency, that could be some outcome. Okay, so you start with transformation. Okay, and then you
Do you
tell the
suggest
story.
every hook should start with the transformation?
No, it's generally about storytelling. Okay, if you want to tell story, it should start with something.
Just script
that
it for me. So if you
if I would script it for you, I would just start with a pain problem, a pain that I had of not doing that thing. Okay, the biggest reason I was not growing in my agency is because of this thing that I learned very hard way, and I'm going to teach you in 30 seconds. Okay, so that's the lesson you build up for the viewer to watch. Okay, but no one would just want to listen to the lesson that you learned, because there's nothing connected to it. Okay, there should be some payoff connected to it. Okay, so I can relate with that. Okay, so you would say something like this, like if you don't want to waste this much amount of money or this much amount of time building an agency, then listen to me carefully, because I learned this lesson very hard way.
And then how do I integrate storytelling after that?
You say basically, when I was starting at this point, okay, I was struggling with this, and this. This is the thing I realized after doing this thing, that yeah, I should have worked in other agencies so that I would have expertise of that thing, dealing with that thing in the first place. Okay, so let's say it could be any general thing about not using PayPal as a you can say
As a service provider, as a payment provider.
Payment processor.
Payment processor.
Okay, not using PayPal is the best thing you can do starting your agency. Okay, that could be a lesson aligned with that.
और उसके नीचे अंदर lesson आ जाएगा.
And then every video should, like, you shouldn't have CTAs in every video. I feel it depends on your outcome first. Like, first you decide, okay, I want this from this video. Okay, it's a growth content, I want followers from it. Okay, let's not do a CTA, or let's do a CTA. It depends on that.
So before this podcast, we were discussing about this creator that has reached 1 million followers, let's suppose. Okay. And let's call him X. Okay. नाम ही छोड़ देते हैं. तो X has reached to 1 million followers. And one of the quotes by Mark Manson is, your identity lags reality by 1 to 2 years. What I mean by that is कि तुम वहाँ पहुँच जाते हो, but your identity is not there. So what happens with a lot of people is कि जब तुम्हारा अंधा पैसा आता है तो तुम्हारे लाइफस्टाइल चेंज हो जाता है, लेकिन तुमको उसको एब्जॉर्ब करने में 1 साल लगता है कि अच्छा अब ये मेरी रियलिटी है. So your identity has not shifted the way your reality has shifted. That is the whole premise that I'm wanting to structure here is. So he has got 700, 800k, 900k followers. Now what do I do with that massive following? Because मैंने शुरू तो ऐसे किया नहीं था. मैंने कंटेंट बनाया और वो ब्लो अप कर गया. बहुत लोगों के साथ ऐसा होता है जो क्रिएटर्स हैं, उन्होंने कुछ वीडियोस बनाई, वो ब्लो अप कर गया, आगे 300k फॉलोअर्स, आगे 500k फॉलोअर्स, आगे मिलियन फॉलोअर्स. अब मैं क्या करूँ? What do I do now?
So this situation is really, really painful when you actually don't like creating what you're creating and you want to shift in a different perspective. Okay, so if you see Jaguar rebranded recently, that was a worst rebrand ever. Okay, but they wanted to shift their entire market. That's the same thing that guy has to do, but it has to be very smart. Okay, it's
How do he go about it? How do he go about it?
He have to go about it. He have to think of the audience, the majority audience. Ask them, what is your pain points? What's the biggest struggle that you're facing? Maybe there could be a lot of people in his following who are suffering from a particular problem.
So shall he create a different page altogether for just that particular kind of audience?
He can. Or if he just want to leverage the current one, okay, just tell them that, yeah, I'm starting this page just for this kind of audience. Just go ahead and follow me if you have this problem. I'll solve it. That's the best thing he can do. But it has to be a proper, like, analyzed move before he should go about it. Because if he makes the wrong move, then the whole audience isn't gonna like the association that he built. Okay, it's all about the association that he want to. So it can be that way.
Because we started off from 0 to 10k followers in 3 months. If you were to summarize everything that we've talked about and structure it in month 1, month 2, and month 3.
Okay.
So you reach to 10k followers. What do I do in first month? How do I go about second month? How do I go about third month? So I hit 10k followers.
Okay. So first of all, in the first month, you find your positioning. You clear your outcome. What's your outcome? Okay. On the basis of that, the positioning is set. Okay. You see, do all these exercises that, yeah, this is my contrary view on this, is my unpopular opinion on these topics. And then you start ideating content. Okay, in the first 10 or 15 days, you would have enough research done. You would have enough ideas to create content about. Now you have to pick all of the ideas that you initially marked that I would create. At the time of creating, you won't like those ideas some of the time. That happens to you, right? That happens to me as well. So when you are going to basically pick those ideas, just be intentional that, yeah, what is this making me reach the outcome that I wrote? Okay. Is this aligned with my positioning that I want to position my brand in? Okay. You ask these questions with yourself. Okay. And in first 15, 20 days, you would have all of those ideas ready. That is exactly what you need to post. Okay. Next, in couple of weeks, you can create the scripts. Okay. Maybe if you want to go scripted route or if you want to go unscripted route, you can plan that. And then from like month one, you do all these things. It takes time. It's not a piece of cake. You would have to put so much research before even starting out, or you will build a follower base that you don't want to create content for. What if you build something that you don't actually love doing?
The same case with
Same
the
case
person
with that
X.
guy. Yeah, the person X. So then you start posting in batches. Okay, you don't script the
Posting
entire.
in batches मतलब?
So
Shooting
let's say
in
you
batches
have
की posting
50
in batches? Shooting in batches.
scripting in batches.
Scripting in batches.
Okay, so if you have 50 ideas in the first month, okay, these are the 50 ideas you will create. Okay, sorry. Now you'll pick which are the first 7 videos that I'll post. Okay, connecting dots with everything that you have
that we earlier talked about.
Okay, then you post these 7 videos or even 10 videos. The more volume, the better it is. Or I suggest my clients to post 30 times a month, then see what format worked. And also, you don't have to do it in a single format. When you're starting out, you have to test a bunch of formats, maybe 5.
Ideally 5, okay?
Ideally 5. Okay, 5 are like, it's brutal, right? So you have 5 formats, one in podcast, one in whiteboard, anything, like depends upon what we have talked.
So 5 5s है, 5 6 कर दे, तो 30 content हो गया.
Yes. Okay, so 30 pieces of content. There would be something that outperforms something else.
And outperform could be 2000 views bhi.
Yes, something got 10 shares. Okay, something got 100 shares. So your viewers are telling you, they're screaming that, yeah, this is what I want. Now you just have to see the pattern. Okay, in first month, I did this. I learned that these videos performed. These have high retention. Okay, you will look into the metric. Okay, these have outperformed these videos, then double down on those which are working. Okay, and simultaneously every single month I test a lot of formats. Okay, you shouldn't stop this because audience likes to see that you are growing in general. Okay, and you are changing the way you deliver the value. Okay, some people starts with a format, they own the format, and then they introduce something else. Okay, so it's something that you will need after a lot of followers that you already have. Okay,
so first month हो गया.
Once you script and all of those things, double down on those things.
पहला month का content post हो चुका है.
Yes.
अब आते दूसरे month पे.
Yes, second month you have to learn from what you have done. Okay, so a lot of people do what? They don't learn from what they have done because they think that okay, I didn't got 10,000 views in any of the videos. That means nothing is performing. It is not the case. Even though you have posted 7, 10 videos, you will see something outperform any other content piece. Okay, so second month is all about doing that. Okay, by the time you'll finish the second month, you'll already be in 10,000 followers. You won't need that. And with the perfect structure that we spoke about for the hooks, okay, if the positioning is dialed in, if the hooks and everything is dialed in, then 10K followers is pretty much easy to get by the second, third month.
So for the second month and third month, what you're saying is just see what worked in the first month, double down on the second month. Do I test other kind of formats as well in the second month?
Same formats because there's not enough volume that you have put.
So second month में जो content फॉर्मेट्स वर्क किए, सिर्फ उनको करो
Yes.
और कुछ मत करो.
No.
और थर्ड मंथ में
Third month will just scale from there. Like if you have reached 10,000 followers, let's say, okay,
नहीं, थर्ड मंथ में भी नहीं पहुंचे हैं.
then you should like redo the same things again and again. Like test another 30 batch.
Should we increase the volume of the videos in the format?
Yes. Like see, Whiteboard performed. Okay, let's see. I've posted. Let's say I've
5 में
posted
से
30.
तीन फॉर्मेट परफॉर्म किए, जिसमें कि हर दो वीडियोस परफॉर्म की. तो मेरे पास 3 दूनी 6 वीडियोस हैं जो परफॉर्म की हैं लास्ट बैच से, फर्स्ट मंथ के बैच से. अब इस 6 वीडियो, ये मेरे पास डेटा है.
Yes.
अब क्या करूँ मैं दूसरे मंथ?
Now you have these 6 videos. Okay, you found out 50 ideas in the first month, right? Now you take those 50, how many? 20 ideas, which will be which
Remaining,
you will
yeah.
be left with. Yeah. So these 20 ideas will be in that format. Okay. Now you double down from that. Okay. It's all
Then
checking
find out
what's
more
working.
ideas और उसी फॉर्मेट पे बनाओ.
Yeah. It's exactly the same thing, but there's another level of game once you reach 100K.
Got it. Okay. Between topic, hook, format, CTA, and edit style, which should be the highest priority and why?
I should say hook. Okay. See, there's something called asymmetrical leverage. Okay. There's leverage. There's asymmetrical leverage. You see things that you put less time in and get more output out of that thing. Okay. And you find that leverage. Is it because of the format? So Whiteboard takes a lot of time of mine, but it generates the most amount of views. Okay. So it's worth creating that format. Okay. So format and hooks are the most important thing.
Don't you think topic? Because I thought you would have choose.
Idea is something also very important.
Yeah,
if you're creating content on useless idea which no one wants to hear.
See, everything is important. That's why I put everything in front of you. मेरे को लगता है कि कि सब important है, but मेरे को लगता है कि सबसे ज्यादा अगर टाइम आपको स्पेंड करना है,
yes, it's for the idea, no doubt. Yeah.
क्योंकि अगर आइडिया ही स्ट्रक्चर्ड नहीं है आपका, मतलब क्योंकि अभी क्या है कि एज यू सेड कि रॉ अनकट वीडियोस पे भी व्यूज आ रहे हैं. दैट इज बिकॉज द टॉपिक ऑफ द वीडियो, द आइडिया ऑफ द
If
वीडियो,
you create videos about Delhi pollution right now,
इट विल परफॉर्म.
Blow up.
सो वही बात है कि एंड सो आउट ऑफ दीज 5 ideas is the most important as per you, because I really think that has to be the case.
yeah, idea is the most important thing.
क्योंकि उसमें हुक ना भी हो तो वो चल जाती है अगर
Because the idea is relevant enough.
Absolutely.
If it's about Diet Coke, n number of people have made the video, okay, that this much Diet Coke won't kill you, so you can have them, okay. That is also a contrary view of what others are saying, okay. Diet soda is bad for your health. No, it's not. You have to consume hundreds of Diet Cokes in a day, so you will get lazy or tired, you will get infection or something like that. So you see all of those things align at a point, okay. They all connect the dots when you have outcome in your mind already, that yeah, this is the outcome I want.
I have reached to 10K followers, 20K followers, 30K followers in 0 to 6 months, 3 months, whatever. ठीक है, अब मेरे पास एक sort of following बन गई है. Now how do I go about selling my product, जो मेरा पहले दिन से इंटेंट था कि मैं इस वजह से ये पर्सनल ब्रांड बना रहा हूँ ताकि कल को मैं अपनी ऑडियंस को इस तरफ डाइवर्ट कर पाऊँ और इस कंटेंट को मोनेटाइज कर पाऊँ, राइट? देन हाउ डू आई गो अबाउट सेलिंग माई प्रोडक्ट और सर्विस और वट एवर?
First of all, there are 2 cases. You have your offer statement already ready, okay, already made, or you don't have that. First of all, if you have the offer statement, test the offer statement in the stories. Don't try to create a video about it. Don't try to create any sort of campaign for it. Just try to post stories about that and then show proofs and the problem that client faced, and then go about a CTA. And CTA is about the comment word CTA. Okay, in the story, like reply with this word and I'll help you. Now it's hand raising method. Okay, you're letting your client to raise their hands, and then the setter or
हैंड रेजिंग का क्या मतलब है?
if you are a doctor, let's say, and you want to work with me, okay, if I post a story about if you are a doctor struggling to get leads from social media, your hours are packed, and if you want to productize that Or you can say if you want to get leads, but not by investing in ads, then just comment this or reply this to the story, and I'll send you a resource or I'll help you with that, reaching the goal, the outcome that you have. This is a hand raiser. Okay? Anyone who is not a doctor won't raise their hands. Okay? Now, what happens actually, once people start replying to the story, the algorithm and Instagram algorithm, stories algorithm will see it as a performing story. It will skyrocket your story views. The most amount of views you'll get at that moment, if you tell the people to basically comment that, reply that specific word. So a lot of those doctors will get to see now your stories. Okay? Which wouldn't be the case if you don't
just
actually
an entertaining
have,
story या फिर देख के आगे बढ़ गए वाली.
No, you have the same method in that. What you use in the reels. You add a hook in the first story. Okay? A visual hook, a verbal hook,
setting method.
Anything. Yeah, that's the same thing. And then you go about the proof and cash collected or whatever type of business you have. You show the proof and then you tell them. Don't add a link of Calendly that, book a call. Don't add.
Yeah, that is too big of an ask.
Yeah, very big ask.
One of the things that I really think that people can do even when in the first to third month is थोड़ा story के बारे में, story पे बात कर सकते हैं of the core services.
They can.
उससे ज़्यादा impact नहीं पड़ता.
100%.
So now help me understand कि reels किस चीज़ के लिए बनाएं, stories को क्यों use करें, अगर फिर मेरे को YouTube करना है उसके बाद what is the right time to start a YouTube, मतलब हर platform को और हर platform के हर feature को कैसे यूज करना सबसे आइडियल होगा.
For reels,
maybe let's talk about Instagram पे जो features है. It could be story,
carousels, reels, stories,
carousel, reel, story, then comes live. उसके बाद अगर हम YouTube पे बना रहे हैं तो YouTube पे भी lives हैं जो कि अभी काफ़ी बूम कर रहा है. Alexa मुझे said that I'd be doing more of lives.
Yeah, I saw that.
So YouTube पे lives, long form video, उसके बाद YouTube shorts.
Let's break it down first. Let's talk about Instagram only. Okay. Then we'll go on to YouTube. First of all, if you are gonna post reels is to attract the audience that you want. Okay, the top of the funnel.
So discovery
content. Okay, it can be your growth content or something you are giving away as a freebie as well. So it's both for the follower and the people who are not following you. No,
nurturing
it
can
story. Yes,
reel.
It is. Not story, I'm talking about reels.
Reels. तो nurturing के लिए use करना reels को ideal है.
What type of nurturing you're talking about?
So I'm talking about just talking to maybe solution aware audience.
Yes.
Should you use or maybe more for discovery? The thing I think which could be slightly different from what you think is कि I think that reels should only be used for discovery और अगर आपको nurture करना है तो YouTube पे ले audience को. Do you think that should be ideal? Do you think that should be the approach?
No, I think that you shouldn't be selling in reels. Okay, despite that, everything that you are doing to build your personal brand, every single video serves a different kind of problem that people have. Okay, so storytelling content can be there, educational content can be there. Okay, it's not always about discovery. Growth content is for getting the new people inside the whole system and the whole funnel that you have. And reels is also used for nurturing the same people. Okay, let's say you work with a client. Okay, you talk about that story. Okay, how that client became the worst client in my life or the best client that we had.
Reel पे आ जाते हैं, reel को discovery और थोड़ा बहुत nurturing के लिए use कर.
Exactly. Carousels is for education and nurture. It's not to get more views. Okay, it's for the nurture and you can give freebies, resources and everything else in that and educate in general. Okay, stories is only for your followers. It doesn't get shown to your non-followers. It's not discoverable, right? So it's for nurturing and building connection. Okay, showing your lifestyle, very important, and showing in such a way that you have this observer effect in your mind. Okay, if you are rich and you wear Rolex and all sort of things, there is a way to show that
very subtly.
ऐसे
नहीं कि ऐसे photo खींच के.
Exactly. There is a page that I just followed yesterday. He talks about what is low status, what is high status.
I was following that page as well, yeah.
And what's even crazy, when I followed him, he sent me a voice note. which was automated. I know that.
मैंने chat है वहाँ.
That is insane. Okay, so talking about that.
उसमें एक उसने वो बताया था कि अगर तुम बोट की फोटो ले रहे हो और बोट पे कोई एक्शन करते हुए कर रहे हो तो एक्शन इज अ हाई स्टेटस थिंग.
Yeah.
इफ यू आर डूइंग समथिंग ऑन इट दैट इज हाई स्टेटस एंड यू जस्ट टेकिंग अ पिक्चर ऑफ अ बोट इज लो स्टेटस.
I stopped posting selfies because of that. Like, no one likes that. You want to get captured.
देखो दिखा उसका रीजन ये है फॉर द ऑडियंस कि तुम दिखा रहे हो कि ये कितनी बड़ी चीज है.
Exactly.
Like, you only click pictures of Rolex when you think it's such a big thing. But if it's a usual thing, you don't click pictures of drinking Red Bull.
Exactly. That's the point.
Yeah. कि तुम Red Bull की फोटो क्यों नहीं खींच रहे? क्योंकि तुम्हारे लिए low status. मतलब it's not a big thing for you. But somebody वो जिंदगी में पहली बार Red Bull पी रहा है या फिर 108 रुपए की
It's high
चीज,
status.
तो उसके लिए वो हाई स्टेटस है, राइट? तो वो फोटो खींचेगा. इट्स द सेम एग्जैक्ट थिंग.
point, yeah.
देन द पिक्चर दैट यू आर क्लिकिंग इट शोज कि ये तुम्हारे लिए पेडेस्टल पे है. सो ऑलवेज अंडरस्टैंड एंड ऑलवेज बी more cautious about what pictures are you clicking and posting on stories here.
Exactly.
So stories is for that only.
Yep.
Nurturing and maybe showing your lifestyle and maybe talking about hand raising के लिए.
Fundraising. That's the most amount of money that I made is from stories, not from reels.
Okay. So now what is the right time to now shift your audience from short form to long form?
The right time to shift your audience from short form to long form. First of all, you should be able to speak longer.
ठीक है.
Speaking
Basic.
skills, basic. Okay. Then you should have intention about it. Okay. I use YouTube not for discovering other people. Okay. Not to get views from search or anything else. Okay. I use it to nurture the current audience that I already have who would be interested in long form. Okay. The most amount of conversions will be on either stories or on the YouTube channel that you have. Okay. And it should be the rawest form of your life. Okay. So let's say you are breaking down a case study with your client. Okay. Sitting down on table. Right now people are doing that because that is popping off. So case study videos and videos like very deep knowledge about, let's say, how to script a video, how to position your brand in such a way that it looks premium. So I use YouTube just to talk to my ideal client, not for the ideal viewer. Okay. Because that is done already by Instagram. I'm just building more sort of connection with them. Okay. Vlogs, it's for your ideal client. You want them to like you, because of which, why do you like Daniel? It's not because he provides some crazy ass value. Not because of that. You like him in general. It's because of the content. He doesn't even sell content services, but you like him.
Absolutely. Bhai, on that note, thank you so much. There was so much sauce in this
I hope
conversation.
This was valuable.
Absolutely
Yeah.
banger. I hope you guys got a lot of value from this. Thank you so much for coming in. Any last notes for the audience who is getting into making content? What would you say to them?
I would say just start as soon as possible. Market is getting flooded. Okay. I would not say there's a lot of competition. There's even less competition if you see it from the right lens.
Absolutely. Guys, thank you so much. And I will see you on the next one. Bye.